Ang pagyaman ay simple ngunit hindi madali. Ang pagyaman ay hindi tsambahan. Ito ay napag-aaralan. Game, halika na sa Piecast! Pera yan eh. Pag-usapan natin yan. Heto na ang dalawang J, si J at LJ.
Alright. Good evening.
Good evening, LJ. Sabado na naman.
Good evening, Jay. Oo. Good evening sa ating mga nanonood.
Oo nga, good evening. Ito na naman. Dito na naman kami.
So welcome sa episode 10 ng Piecast. Pera yan eh. Pag-usapan natin yan. Yun. Grabe, 10
Kamusta?
episodes.
Oo nga eh, no? Project lang. Naka 10 episodes na.
So kung babalikan lang natin yung mga past few na naging episode natin, di ba? Meron tayong mga fini-feature na guest. Ano lang naman, we just want our audience to have an idea kasi baka mamaya, di ba, naghahanap tayo ng mga gustong pagkakitaan, ano lang naman, hopefully, nakatulong kami sa inyo to open your eyes, your mind, yun, makakita ng mga posibleng pwede nyo pang gawin ngayon sa mga panahon ng pandemya. Yeah.
Talagang no, the past couple of episodes, yung mga focus natin, diba, nag-invite tayo ng mga makakatulong. In fact, kahit sa akin may mga
sa atin.
Ideas ako naiisip bigla mga so kaya interesting Especially hanggang ngayon, this episode talagang excited ako marami tayong makukuha.
Sigurado ako. Marami tayong matututunan ngayong gabi. So, Jay, reminders lang siguro, again, sa ating watch parties.
Oo nga, sa mga friends natin dyan. So, again, reminders lang. If you could, if manunod kayo, please, directly sa FB page namin or sa YouTube. Again, okay, could be watch parties. Ang problema kasi we can't see yung mga comments. So, just a reminder. So, if you can, mas ma-appreciate namin, mas okay kung directly kayo manunod sa sa link namin. Okay?
Yun.
Ano bang kamusta pala, LJ? Ano balita last week? Ano bang pinagkaabala mo?
Wala na. Mga wrap up na kami doon sa trabaho namin. Ano na kami. Parang retiring na kami.
Uy, sarap.
Ito na, shifting na. Tingnan natin kung trabaho ulit o baka dito sa episode natin may mabuksan ng isipan natin lalo sa mga bagay-bagay.
Oo. Actually, ma-share ko lang kagabi may nakita akong bagong business na 'di ba nag-usap tayo kagabi, medyo nagtatrabaho tapos may nakuha akong email So I'm taking a look kung parang bagong business opportunity pero sabi ko maganda 'to. Yung bukas muna kasi before kong patulan 'to or bago ko baka may mga makuha pa akong additional tips na before ko man lang subukan mag-endeavor ng outside of employment. So, okay.
Okay, game mo. Pakilala na natin tong ating special guest. Ang bisita natin ngayon, isang serial entrepreneur. Alam niyo ba yung serial entrepreneur? Parang serial parang iba yung dating Ibig sabihin lang noon, marami nang na-establish na kaya sa loob ng 7 taon nakapagtayo siya ng 11 na negosyo. Yung iba may mga partners din siya. So ilan sa halimbawa niyan yung Pinasadya, Feta Mediterranean at saka Plants by Skeet Zone. She dubbed herself as a manifestation guide for high-performing women na iniwan ng corporate life para sa pamilya o sa negosyo. Let's all welcome Skeeter. Good evening, Skeeter.
Good evening.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you rin at pinaunlakan mo ang aming invitasyon.
Parang movie.
Gusto mo ba yung background natin? Ayos ba?
Favorite movie ko yan. Matrix.
Si Skeeter, dating nakatrabaho rin ng asawa ko yan. Kaya,
Yeah.
yun, meron tayong konting connection.
Hi,
Yun.
Hannah. Nakikinig ba si Hannah now?
I'm sure nanonood yun. So,
Ang laging
nakabantay
dyan
yun lagi.
Oo, nakabantay
Oo.
lagi. Pero ang number one na tanong lagi, bago tayo sa kamusta ba ang katrabaho ang kapatid ko?
Dali. Ang daan-daan ni Hannah katrabaho, of course.
Parang trap question no?
Sino kasing daan ng weight niya? Sobrang daan.
Okay. Ready na ba? Simulan na natin. Sigurado ko marami tayong matututunan tayo kay Skeeter J. Kaya question number 1.
Casual lang ha.
Oo naman. Chill lang tayo dito. Nagchichikahan lang tayo magkakaibigan. Tapos may mga nanonood, mga 15,000.
Okay na ako.
Parang ikaw, di ba? Meron kang 9 million subscribers, followers.
I have 9 million subscribers on IG, aka 900. Naka-start ko lang ng IG.
Okay.
Ayun. Nga pala, yung IG name mo, yan, di ba? Yung nasa tabi ng pangalan mo.
Yes.
Sa mga gusto mag-follow, para maging 10 million na yung followers ni Skeeter.
Padagdag din yan.
Baka magulat kayo.
Okay. So, game, Skeeter. So, just to, para lang alam din ng mga tao na ating mga nanonood, si Skeeter ay tulad lang ng karamihan sa atin. No? Nag-aral, graduate, para maghanap ng trabaho. Wala sa isip niya maging entrepreneur. So, Skeeter, bahagi ba ng buhay mo na isip o ano ba ang nagtulak sa'yo para tumuloy sa pagiging negosyante?
Okay, walang direct answer dyan. Kasi just like any pivotal or monumental decision you will make, hindi yan nangyari sa isang araw. So like say mag-resign ka or makipag-break ka, hindi yan one day decision. Same with
hindi biglaan.
Hindi biglaan. So parang it was like planted in me when I was 21. I think I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I did not finish the book. I hated it so much because it really alarmed me, and I was so disturbed that I was in a 9-to-5 job, not even 9-to-5, because I was in an agency. So I would go home at 9 in the morning the next day.
Wow.
Not every day, but that's Hannah would know that. Like, that's the agency life. So parang, and that's my first job. So basically, that thought was planted in me na you can have a better life. And then I read Who Moved My Cheese. And then that's when I realized na, parang, I would feel like I would go to the next ladder, but I'm still in the rat race. And I think 23, I was at 23 at that time that I was in a rat. I was very aware that parang, okay, bigger offer, bigger salary of another company, and then I would move there, but it's still the same rat race. So I was very much aware of that. So this kind of concept was in me, inculcated in me at 20, 21, 23. But I finally got the courage to, not courage actually, it was an opportunity. It was an opportunity to leave. Because by that time, when I was with MTV, and MTV, I had a great time. I stayed there for like 4 or 5 years, I think. And then when it closed down, so I had savings. At the age of 25, and I had an offer to be in another company with bigger position and all, big corporation. And then I realized, dude, if I would take this offer, it would be difficult for me to go back. Then I had an analogy, and I shared with LJ, na parang coming from UP, it was programmed in me na, pag graduate ka ng college, syempre, nag-UP. lagay na yan, diretso ka na ng Makati. After paglabas mo ng UP, may Philcoa, dalawang bus yan, pa Makati and pa Fairview. Then everyone would go to Makati or the corporate life or the where everyone goes, which is the corporate life. So I took that bus. And then midway, when I was 25, I realized, dude, if I would take this job offer, which was a big position in a big company, it will really like speed up my way to my Makati, or so I thought. And then I realized deep in my heart, dude, I wanted to be in Fairview. Sino ba pupunta ng Fairview? Hello, di ba pinagtatawanan yung mga tao? Taga saan ka? Taga Fairview. Ang layo niya na pumunta dyan. And to me, it was like the road less traveled, but no one would go there. But in me, at the age of 25, I knew that I would be happier there. It would be difficult. No one would go there, but, I would be happier maybe. So at the age of 25, it's very clear. Finally, I had the courage to break up with my life self as a corporate, parang destined to be in a corporate. I would do great. I mean, I would believe that I would do great had I continued that path. Tapos yung nakakatulong nun, yung nag-hire sa akin. He's like, ano na? Can today? And then I clearly remember that day, he said like, can I share a story with you? So I have an analogy. So I told him the Makati Fairview bus story. Then he asked me, asan ka na ngayon? Siguro nasa Cubao na ako. And then he goes, ang layo mo pa. Ang layo pa sa Makati, pwede ka pa mag-U-turn ka, take the Fairview bus. So that analogy that he believed, because he was like way far in a Makati route. And he was like, had I been younger, he told me, had I been younger and have that courage, I would have taken the bus off and follow my heart. But you're young, take it now. So I declined the offer, which would be like 3 times my salary then. I declined the offer, and that day, I nilagyan ko lang ng statement shirts my maleta and took a jeep to UP kasi that's the first day of UP Fair. And I was selling shirts. So that's my first experience of being an entrepreneur, to be in a road less traveled. And that day was very clear to me. I was the happiest. I said no to a big job offer, and I was selling shirts, riding a jeep, not sleeping, but I was happy. So that's it. I was 35. But the idea was planted in me early on. I don't know kung anong nangyari. Maybe, the cause and effect of the universe. Like, why did I read that book? Someone recommended me that book. Because it's a series of thought process, not just one. So, that's the story.
Yun. So, pero, kumbaga, yung parang nabanggit mo, bago ka naman nag-decide, ano yan, talagang pinag-ipunan mo muna? O basta nagkataon lang na meron kang savings tapos sige, go na.
I did not, to make it clear, I did not wait for me to have my savings. I just waited I didn't want to wait longer. I knew that I had to do it on. I had that time frame Kasi nga, aware ako sa concept na the longer I stayed on this track, the longer it would take. Yeah. Because I knew that it's not about money. Saka na ako pag nakaipon na ako. No, I was racing against time. I was aware of that. I was racing against time. Because had I stayed in the corporate life, in the corporate world, like in an agency, syempre ma-promote ka, you would jump to another agency, nagalingan ko, and whatever. I would do the tumbling and do that, right? But the farther it would take me to my Fairview. So I was lucky actually for that opportunity to.
So the consideration was really the time, and again,
time. It's not about money. Nagkataon lang, okay. It boosted my confidence. I have savings, but it wasn't big savings. The only thing I could buy was like a couple of shirts. I mean, comfortably say, yeah, I can let go of this, like, right? But still then, it wasn't the money the decision. It was not like, mag-ipon mo na ako kung kaya ko na. Because I had a partner in my that shirt business. And then he said, hindi mo na ako iwan ng trabaho niya kasi senior na siya. So he said,
Ah.
leave my job na dyan. I think that was the scenario. So until now, it's like my mindset was I would take it on fully because I chose this road. I chose this space or my creation of my now. I wasn't aware of these terms back then, but I created this now. I will fully own it now that, I am like leaving corporate life and I will just take on fully whatever, how hell come hell or high waters. His mindset was, I have a job back. Can you take it on muna? Let me know lang what you need, whatever. And he stayed on the corporate track until now. So I'm not saying the corporate track is right or wrong. That's just how his mind is. That's how he's built. And I totally respect that because it could have been me. It could have been me had I not read the book, had I talked to the same like-minded people. I would have been in a corporate life right now. I just took that youth, which was the scariest. Scary. Yeah, it was a scary moment. I just took that U-turn because I was provided with an opportunity to take. But others, it could have been me as well. You know how it is in the Matrix, right?
Exactly.
Not everyone is awake. Not everyone is awake.
Break free from the Matrix.
Yeah. So it's like totally okay for you to be going into the Makati route and not going to the different route because it's not for everyone. It was like my journey to take. It's a journey.
And when you made that U-turn, no looking back na talaga. That was really talagang decision making. Yun na talaga yun.
I had my 2 feet together, jumped off the bus and take another bus going to the opposite direction. It's not like no turning back, but many times the corporate life would call me, hey, oh no, whatever. Sobrang
Tempting.
Yeah, tempting because it's like, how the 1530 you get salary and whatever. If you're an entrep, no salary. You are everything. You're the messenger, you're the auditor, you're the content provider, you're the CEO, everything. I was doing everything by myself. But I think that was what it would take to have that road. Because one thing that really held me on, ito na yung one line ko na sinusundan. Ba't hindi ka bumalik? What kept you going into that roadless travel? What was your North Star, right? To me, it was this one line. I think I can't remember if I read it or someone told it to me. I just declared to myself that I didn't want to die as an employee. I knew that. I knew that. So for me to have that mantra, it was a decision, It was a powerful choice. I don't want to die as an employee. So every time I get an offer again to go back to corporate, like say, hey, Steve, ito yung salary mo, ito package mo, I would tell my terms. Okay, I would go back. For example, when I worked with Hannah, I was with Disney. So I would go back, but I would tell my boss, can I not work 5 days a week? Can I only work, these days, but give you my results. I'm results based, but allow me to do my things. So I would negotiate based on
performance.
Yeah, which is I'm different, but just know that I will deliver. So for me to have that confidence, I gained that expertise and experience na hindi ko sasayanin yung mga iniyak ko ng pag-iyak ko sa mga parking lot dahil walang naniniwala sa binibenta ko. Yung mga umuwi ako ng madaling araw, dala-dala yung maleta or yung naloko ako, yung right? Because my first business was t-shirt, so wala akong OR, so nakigamit lang ako ng OR ng iba, and I had a big account which was Citibank. We had that account, my partner and I. And then yung Citibank ordered a lot of shirts, and then we didn't have an OR, so nakigamit ng OR. So yung payment was to the owner of the OR. So
okay.
So I didn't want to waste that because that's me. That's my entire experience. That experience is I want to respect that for me to be there, to go through it. Sayang to just okay naman i-charge experience, Ang yaman-yaman na experience, experience. But no, I just want to respect the experience. Na I can use it for the next. So the jobs that came after was in my negotiation na I cannot be full-time with you. I can only be part-time or consultant basis because I have to honor myself, which I'd like to progress. Where am I going? So it led from one business to the other, whatever. So it's a lot. It's a community supporting me. It's not just me deciding, my boss, Carla, my boss, agreeing na, sige, basta, bumenta ka at the end of the month, dapat yung sales target mo, hit, whatever, right? So it would take people to believe in me for me to go where I was going. And I was lucky to have found those people or to manifest them in my life. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Alright.
So, I guess just following up pero you already touched on it a little bit sa kwento mo. So getting your wet feet your feet wet, sorry. What was you mentioned mo yung start of your first business was the shirts. Pero ano yung steps in starting that, or did you take any into consideration?
Paano ba talaga
paano ka talaga nag-roll out ng business na yun?
I didn't have a coach. I didn't have a business. Wala pa yung concept na you get to have a business coach or, But what I knew, I would do a P&L. So I would do an Excel sheet. So that's the first thing. Say, hanggang saan na yung pera ko? Until when will I commit to do this? So I would do that. I would do a profit and loss analysis. I would do a market research before launching or thinking of a new product. I would really do, because my background is research. So I would do a lot of research. But I think just like parenthood, you'll never be ready for it. You'll never be ready. Right? Until the kids come to your life and, dude, what am I into? What did I get myself into? Like, ganon yung business. So parang, no matter how OA my Excel sheets are, or my planning, how advertising people would do a lot of planning and whatever. But to take the leap is always, that's the best teacher. Back then, I did not have a mentor in business. You do this, you listen to this, you follow this leader, you whatever. We're very lucky now. Dude, I'm in IG, or I'm in, how we are, the social dilemma. We're being followed, or being matrix. We're being bombarded by information that we're not even conscious that we're being led into. But for me to identify how would I start, or how would I jump? I just do. If you would see the businesses that I've helped or co-created in launching, hindi sila magkakapatid. My restaurant, my fashion, my co-working space, my plants, hindi magkapatid. Because why would I just box myself into one? So that's my story.
And I guess a
You'll never
follow-up.
be ready, yes.
As a follow-up, how do you find the mga business partners? Meron ba? Kasi I see, yun nga, tatlo yung businesses mo ngayon, di ba? Or I don't know if there's more.
Yeah, there's more, but that's another story and what happened to them now because it's pandemic.
Okay.
Choosing, I would say choosing, because people will come to your life. You manifest these people. It's not they're present in your life. Choosing which one would you go that travel with, that journey with. It's just like marriage, actually. It's but it's easy for me. It was my mindset was I would rather work with someone that I know enough, but not too close. I know enough, but not too close.
What's the reason behind it?
It would go haywire. If you put emotions into your business decisions, and parang tampo, ano ba yan? You don't read each other's minds, you would expect too much, unmet expectations of a super friend. It's not good for business, actually. So I would rather be with my business partners now. Say for Pinasadia or Plants with Kids Zone is mine, or my first business, which was the t-shirt business. So we know each other. We're from the same org. We're from the same contemporary, but we're not hanging out every night or housemates or whatever. So enough respect. Why? Because then both of you would have, too much to prove both of you would have too much to prove. Like, so for example, I don't know if she's listening now, but one of the best decisions I've ever made is to work with someone from high school. So Belle is in my batch is our salutatorian. So basically, in high school, we didn't hang out with the same friends. She has she's a different mindset, and I have a different group of friends. Kind of like we don't really hang out, but one day that I needed someone to trust, and I needed someone to really bring my brand in behalf of me. Sino yung parang ako na hindi ako. Di ba, iisip mo, yung kapatid ko, yung sister ko na lang. No. Don't work with the closest in your life. You'd rather work with someone that you respect enough, but not too close. So when I called Belle, that was one of the calls I had. And the one who said yes. And until now, we're working together. She just built our business in Davao. And yeah, that's just one of the examples. Na parang you have so much to prove to each other, and at the same time, you have that respect in between you. Walang emotions. Yeah, it's important in a business. No emotions. Yeah. Even with me and my husband, I owe you this, you owe me that. We have like delineation of what is business, what's not. Yeah.
So medyo mahirap din pala yung parang best friend, no? At least ngayon parang yung ngayon parang mga pinipili mo yung may parang may certain level of trust, pero hindi yung super friends.
That's how it works.
Yeah, very interesting di ba? Kasi ako parang una ko naisip lagi, pumunta tayo ng business. Someone inisip ko someone I could trust na ibig sabihin kaibigan agad, close probably. Pero I think you're right di ba? There are pros and cons na especially kung emotionally involved.
You would plan a frame. You would plan, and how do you want to end this? Until when can you commit to this? So your language is like, I can only commit that much, and if it goes beyond that, I'm out or whatever. Can you commit your time to do this, whatever? So nothing to do with hindi mo naman sinabi sa akin, hindi ko ginawa yun or whatever. Like pautangin mo muna ako. No, it will go crazy from there on. So that's my own take. Don't work with the closest. Yeah.
All right. So ngayon alam natin na gaya nga nung sa introduction ko, ikaw ay isang serial entrepreneur. So parang ako, tingin nga namin, no turning back na yung dating. Oo. So pag-usapan natin yung saan yung pinaguhugutan ng inspirasyon ng mga businesses mo. Let's say let's talk about Feta. Pero bago natin ituloy ang usapan tungkol sa Feta, may papakita muna tayong video. Alright. So yun ang Feta.
Kebab ba yun?
Oo. Kebab yan.
Tinatawag ako.
Nagutom ka ba?
Tinatawag na naman ako.
Oo, nakakain kami niyan doon sa Annapolis, di ba? Annapolis yun, di ba? Yung
Green Hills.
Branch nyo. Oo.
Iba,
so tell us about the inspiration. Ano ba yung niyan? Saan ba nanggaling ang idea ng Feta?
It's not like a romantic story actually. My husband is Turkish at yung kinakain niya Turkish food. So kailangan niya ng kusina personally. So there. And then we saw an opportunity because like the best Mediterranean. We don't define Feta as Turkish restaurant. It's like a Mediterranean. And then now pivot into an online grocery. So it's both a restaurant and a grocery store online. So that's how we pivot in the pandemic. So it's now heavily functioning as a delivery for grocery as well. So Feta, kasi kumakain ako sa Sima. Favorite ko yan. Yung, favorite ko yung mga salad, mga grilled or whatever. And turns out, hindi pa ako nakapunta ng Turkey niyan. And then my husband says, alam mo, parang wala namang sense na bibili tayo everyday ng Turkish. Kasi we don't know a Turkish cook or whatever. So when we put the Feta together, that's after it's like the same month that we got married. So yung imagine mo yung preparation ko, parang December, November, and as my husband proposed to me, December is the busiest, and then sabi niya, we will launch Feta in February, and our wedding is scheduled in February. So yung preparation ko for Feta and the wedding is 2 months, and move to a new house. So partida, yun po yung capacity ko, guys. Parang buhat ng parang so that I thrive in that scenario. Sa mga nakakilala sa akin, ako, buhay na buhay ako sa ganyang element na busy dyan, construction dyan, whatever. So anyway, Feta, I just suggested the name Feta. It's easy recall, you know, a name that's ending in A. Yeah. It has a better recall, and it's short. That means cheese, and it's Mediterranean, whatever. So primarily because my husband wanted, or NS wanted, a Turkish restaurant or a Turkish food. Dahil yun lang kinakain niya. So, that's it. That's the entire story. And then we just created from there, like how it would progress into bringing in our own chef from Turkey, and then, you know, being known to have the authentic food offering. You know, that the only one who has like an authentic Turkish chef or Mediterranean chef on board. That siya talaga, he's our ano yung nagsaslaughter? Kasi we only serve halal eh. So siya mismo nagsaslaughter. Yeah, the chicken. And then we import our lamb from Australia. So because the lamb meat in the Philippines are hindi mataba, hindi fatty, whatever. I mean, that's our supply chain here. So so we evolved from that, and then luckily we came into a point that pre-pandemic, or like January, especially December, we had like 2-hour waiting line. May time na kailangan ko lang tumayo dahil wala pang maupuan yung iba at kumakain pa ako. Papatuloy na ako ng chef, you know, can you go to the kitchen because we need the table. So those are good problem. That was December, January, and then of course the pandemic hit. So the story of Feta is, if you go to the feta.com now, it's like a full-blown. Para kang tumingin lang ng SNR. Nax. Para nakagawa kami agad ng SNR in a matter of what? We launched the Feta grocery within the second week of the lockdown. So that's how fast we adopted. Because NS, my husband knows, this pandemic will stay on. There's no such a thing as, pag matapos na to ha, meet tayo ha, gawin natin to ha. No. This is staying. You have to assume that this will go on. There's no such a thing as, matapos to, then magka-second wave or third wave, who knows? No. Just assume that it will stay. So, but that mindset, my husband did that early on. No March, yung pag-lockdown, sabi niya na, okay, lockdown. No people will go out, and if they go out, it would take a while, and they won't trust, you know, dining in a restaurant. It would take a while. So the local independent standalone restaurants like us would take the big hit. So he said, let's pivot into a restaurant. So second week of the lockdown, we had the full-blown
shift ka agad.
Kailangan. Yeah.
So wala na yung as in, hindi, wala ngayon yung sa Annapolis, yung mismong restaurant.
Nandun ako kanina.
Nandun pa?
Okay. It's still dining. It's like any other restaurant. Pero may kaakibat na parang SNR.
Okay. So open na ngayon? Open na ulit ngayon?
Vegetables, fresh fruits, everything. It's like walking into an SNR. Na maliit, but you know, but we can.
Yung restaurant nyo open na uli ngayon?
Yeah, we have same day
Mhm.
delivery. You order at like say 4 p.m. We will dispatch it. Basta before 5, it will be delivered to you same day. And then if you also order like say now and then you say, oh, birthday ko sa Saturday, ayoko mag-isip whatever. Okay, you can schedule in the checkout to be delivered on Saturday. So we adapt our system. We have our own delivery team, which I also
Mhm.
help put up. Like say we have our own delivery system as well. So it's easier. It's easier to
Okay. So
yeah.
in-house, even the logistics.
In-house. And then you can do like say you have a meeting, like say, hey,
Yeah.
padala ko sa ibang. So we can cater to that because we have our own delivery system. So you can schedule when you want it delivered, which day. And well, plug ko na rin, Mondays and Thursdays, 50% off everything restaurant.
Wow.
So, Monday ngayon, yung ko order, pero yung birthday mo or whatever gusto mong kumain ng bongga, Saturday pa, 50% off.
You can order
Yes, you can order now, Monday.
Order na
and
advance.
then delivery on Saturday.
Yeah. So, para we create that habit na, Monday now. So, they go to Feta. What else can we order now? Because you can schedule the day whenever you want. Yeah. Mondays and Thursdays. Yes.
Ayan.
Wait. Selfish reason. Ano to? Question.
Game.
Do you deliver, aabot ba ng kaintayan ng Rizal?
Oo.
Okay.
Oy!
Gusto mo ba, Feta?
may bago ka na namang orderan, Jay.
Oy. Kain ako ng kain lately.
Lahat tayo.
Alright. Skeeter, may mga comments lang muna na gusto lang natin pagtuunan ng pansin para batiin mo na rin. Ayan. Si Paolo Arevalo, here to support Skeeter. You look amazing.
Paolo Arevalo. Sobrang number 1 fan ako ni Paolo. Paolo, ano masasabi mo sa sarili kong design, guys? So, like, Paolo, I work in the agency. Alam niya yung buhay ahenda. Until now, well, he's in there. So, walang tulog. But creative, of course. There is some people trying. Yeah. Hi, Pao.
Alright. Tapos si Hannah. Ayan. I tried ordering from Feta and was surprised that they do same-day delivery.
Ano ba? Sinong Hannah yan? Kilala ko ba yan? Just.
Ayun. Okay. So, ito pag-usapan naman din natin yung Pinas Sadya.
Yes.
It seems very Filipino-centric.
Yes.
Ano ba tong inspirasyon mo naman dito? Why did you put this
may kwento yan. Oo.
Teka. Bago mo ituloy yung kwento mo, Skeeter. Meron tayo ulit, video.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yun.
Yes.
Okay, so ano ba ang inspirasyon ng Pinas Sadya? And paano mo ba nalaman na merong market para dyan?
So, ang kwento niyan, ay, kwento ko talaga. I lived at my element. So, remember, corporate life, and then I just like, hey, let's have this together. So, we built with my husband within 7 years, mga naka 10 brands na kami in 7 years. So, ganon ko panalo yung namin together, just like, hey, let's do this. So we have a sports brand, we have a call center, we have a co-working space. We even put up like school for kids. We have what else? Sports apparel. I already said that. Cultural exchange programs, internship abroad or whatever. So a lot. So hindi magkakapatid to. I was at my element. Yung kilala mo ako na, yung parang mag-plan ng wedding, mag-put up ng bagong restaurant, at mag-move ng bahay at the same time. Ano lang yun? Practice. So, in the 7 years of marriage, I was at my element because I was loving everything I'm doing. And then one day, my husband told me, you're becoming too much. Yun yung exact word niya. You're too much. Actually, there's like a plus. Hindi ko na alam na compliment yung too much, in a different mindset. But that time when my husband told me, "Oh, you're too much," because you know why? We always fight when you go to work, and we fight when you go home. Whatever. It doesn't look nice. It's not good for us, and it would be best if you just stay. Okay, yung stay home na word ha. Sabihin mo, oh, you stay home, I'll just give you allowance, magdali ka lang ng orchids, you live in a beautiful house, don't worry, where'd you get your money? Okay lang, okay yung panalo yung sentence na yan. Kung sabihin mo yan sa mga gustong magdilig ng halaman na tumatayo pelos. But that's not me.
Totoo nga naman.
Pero pag kay Skeeter, iba.
Oh, yeah, when my former boss told me that, like, alam mo ang mali lang doon, sinabi kasi niya kay Skeeter Labastilla, na medyo, papasarayan mo ako ng bahay, mag-alaga ng mga bata, magdilig ng halaman, bakit? Hindi mo ba na-value yung, ayan na po tayo, so coming from. So anyway, so I was forced. The term was really forced. Like, I was like cold turkey. You stay home, take care of the kids. I was having a depression, 2-line depression, postpartum, whatever you call it. That's like straight 3 months I was just crying. So I had to go through a personal, my authentic self journey. So pinagdaanan ko yun, guys, and it's really pivotal for women like me who's like alpha. High strong. I mean, grew up in the ladder, put up whatever. Like, I'm the people I hired, I trained them, whatever. Was loving that. I was loving that energy. And suddenly I'm out. And I had to stay home. And I had to be with my kids. And I had to be with my plants and whatever. And at first, like, what? I don't want to be with them. True enough, this is what the coronavirus is doing to us right now, right? That in 2018. So in 2018, guys, nauna. So yung coronavirus.
Nauna ka naman lockdown.
We were forced to stay home and, you're not doing anything. So I felt like I was worthless and I was not validated and whatever. I felt all sorts of emotions, 2018. And I journeyed inside, which is finding authenticity. What am I? What am I creating? So who am I? What am I producing? Whatever. Dun pumasok yung my amazing love for the Philippines. Guys, sabihin na natin, naku, saan patungo to? I just knew. Ayan na po tayo sa guts natin. I just knew. At the age of 25, nung nagsara yung MTV, I had a slight chance. Slight lang naman, not naman super sure. Slight chance to be recommended for MTV New York. If I wanted it, right? But at that moment was like, So, halong excitement at halong takot na, aalis ako, or I think I got an offer to be in an events company in Bahrain or whatever. And then I realized, like, iiwan ko ba ang Pilipinas? Kasi I know that I'd be great wherever I'd be, but where do I want to make an impact? Somewhere or here in the Philippines? So it was very clear to me, na at the age of 25, I would stay in the Philippines because I will make an impact here. I would rather make an impact here than somewhere. I would still be a Filipino somewhere, but I would rather be Filipino here. So doon na buo yung, ayan na naman po tayo sa walang, doon na buo yung another declaration that I did, that my existence is a contribution to a first world Philippines. And I know, not in my lifetime, guys, kasi harap lang po ng mundo natin ngayon. We've never been this divided politically, whatever it is. We're never this divided. I know it will not be maybe in my lifetime that the Philippines will be first world, but I know that my existence is a contribution to that. And that will be contribution. My existence is a contribution to the first world Philippines that will happen eons from now. So everything I do is first world. Everything I teach is first world. Everything I represent, first world in a sense, like it's excellent. It's coming from love, coming from stuff, whatever. So that's how I create or manifest things around me. So yung pinasadya is an expression of that, diba? Galing-galing na mga Pilipino, guys, diba? Parang me, coming from lack pa tong concept na to. Kasi I did not have a background in design. I did not have like a fashion background. Wala. But then I just knew that I can create a platform that will inspire pride and joy in being Filipino. So that's the purpose of Pinasadya. It inspires purposeful. Because sadya, I'm Bisaya. So sadya to us is joy. And sadya for Tagalog is purpose, right? Intent. So it's a purposeful, joy-giving platform, whatever it is. So every Pinasadya item, guys, may banig po tayo sa likod. So ilang tao yung gumawa ng banig, ilang buwan yan ginawa. 'Di ba? Paano yun hinarvest yung pandan na yan? Pandan pa nga yan, madali lang yan. Yung iba nga, tikog. Ang hirap kaya mag-harvest ng tikog. Would we know saan nag-grow yung tikog? Specific region lang yan. It's not everywhere in the Philippines. And for them to harvest that, it would take them to brown it. Kasi green yan eh. This is pandan. That's green yan. So for them to brown it and to whatever. So it's masterpiece. And so the platform Pinasadya is just like showcasing Philippines heritage and living and wearing, right? So I did not know that I was capable of like designing something. Like, ito yung suot ko, kunwari, right? So this is Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. This is Maranao. This is Binacol in Abra. And this is Inol. Inol. Spell is Inaul. Inol in the south. And this is Binacol. So for me to put this together and for someone to appreciate, ang ganda-ganda ng suot mo. Ay, may story yan. Alam nyo ba? 6 months to ginawa. Women, 11 lang silang living people that are have the technique or know the technique how to do the weaving. So my story. So ang ganda lang. So that's how because I like fashion, I like hosting at home, you know, is something of beauty or whatever it is. So that's how Pinasadya was born. So it's really a representation of a proud and joyful Filipino. And proud and joyful Filipino.
Ganda, no?
Just to probably just to follow up doon. So you have galing from different regions, so different connections or different suppliers. You did travel or talagang or naghanap ka from different,
call them, they send in, or I will send them the color palette and they would weave it for us. So may mga specific fabrics kami na, sabi may exhibit A ba tayo dyan? Nandun sa likod. So may specific palettes, like that's my palette. That's my collection for that. It's woven just for Pinasadya. So may ganun.
Yeah, kasi I was scanning yung site niya eh. Not only yung mga dresses or whatever, yung clothes, diba? May may mga lamps, may mga tables, may mga other items pa eh for sa bahay eh. Galing ah.
Ay, hindi lang pala damit.
Oo,
hindi. Dami. Iba yung nila eh, yung ina-offer eh dun sa may mga bed bed tray, something like, if I'm not mistaken.
Breakfast
yes,
and
exactly.
May exhibit A ako siya. Okay, puntahan mo na lang sa site. Nasa likod. So yeah, this is my work area.
Oh, sabi ni Paolo, I want what you're wearing.
Mag-collab tayo. Mag-design ka for us. DMU. Magaling yan si Pao. Grabe. Yung mga suot niyan. Kasi background lang ha. In college, well, Paolo is also from UP, but in college, until now, I never owned a jeans. And in college, I would wear cortina. Hindi halatang cortina, guys. Pero cortina yun. No? Umaga, cortina siya. Sa hapon, wala na pumasok sa skater. I would just do what... Right? Because in UP, no one would notice you. I was wearing slippers or Spartan, wala pang Havaianas. Spartan with cortina. Yeah. That's how I would go to class. Yeah, wow. And that's like Paolo is a higher level of that. So I'll collab, message you. I'm so excited for that part. Tulad ko now.
Si Kyla pala. Kyla or Kayla? May greeting lang siya. Oh, yeah. My former boss. Let's go. Let's be.
Yeah. Kayla is my go-to person for everything techie. Tatawagan kita, Kayla, papakainin kita, pakiayos nga ng email ko. Ganyan yung role. Very pivotal si Kayla sa buhay ko. Hi, Kayla.
Fan daw siya ng Feta Mediterranean.
Of course.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So, na-cover na natin yung mga businesses. Now, let's talk about the parang in passing na-mention mo na yung mga challenges a while, kanina. So, but how do you know if you should quit or try again? You mentioned, di ba, you have a lot of parang previous business endeavors, di ba? We talk about the tough times. Siguro, not just on the pandemic side, we heard about your business in Feta nag-evolve because of pandemic. But I guess from, based on experience mo before or what, again, kung kami magta-try, when do we quit? Or when do we try again? Kasi minsan, madali lang mag-give up eh.
Yeah. So, now in my older self, may ibang
Mature.
Sure.
If the numbers don't go together and it's, you have to know when to quit. I will do that. But now, in my journey to authentic self awareness, before you start a business or before you engage in anything, know that there is the brutal and benevolent side of it, and that's a twin. Just like life. Sanay tayo parang life is beautiful, life is hopeful, life is okay lang naman. Pero nakakalimutan natin na yung pinanganak ka, dumaan ka sa, right? Passage of pain. And that's a twin in life. That's a brutality and there's a benevolence of it. So we forget that. We forget that life is suffering. And everything plus is a bonus. Everything plus. Oh, I have 2 living parents. What a bonus. I have an amazing husband. Oh, I'm married. What a bonus. Oh, I have kids. Oh, what a bonus. I never really see this because I would just my former brat, entitled until now self would always think like, no, when I get married, I will have kids and I would live here and whatever. Who told you? Who would tell you that your business would go or and that's why in this beautiful pandemic message it's a great awakening. Like, no, everything that you plan is not happening. And there's brutality of life. We always think like, oh, namatay si whoever. Oh, how sad. Why are you shocked? Death is part of life, right? So in a business, know that it can die. And don't be afraid of it. In a business, know that it can fly or it can die. And that's a fact of it. That you create or you cannot create, right? So this pandemic is really a good awakening lesson for everyone. Like you don't control. You can plan, have fun planning. You have fun. You have fun planning. Like 2025, mag-safari kami. Si Asya would be 6, Astra would whatever. Nasa safari kami. December nag-book na ako, whatever. Ang ganda ng planning. Nakalimutan lang natin na wait lang, di ba hindi sure ang bukas? Akala lang natin Sunday, yun na ang sure. But sure ba tayo kung anong mangyari bukas? We forget this, right? So in anything that you create, actually in every breath that we take, we have to accept that it is a gift, that it can die. It can die. Whatever we create, our businesses, actually it's 10, right? We have to cut most of it. I'm not saying the number, but most of it we had to stop. We had to let go of people because, and it's for my husband to say it. Sabi niya, okay, then we have to go. We have to because that's our reality now. Had I been attached, that's why I was depressed because I was so attached to my identity. Yun, yung parang trabaho ko yan eh. Hindi ba valid yun? Ako nagbuo nito, ako nag-hire ng mga tao, ako nagpintura sa wall na yan, ako bumili ng furniture na yan, ako nag-train ng tao na yan, tapos aalisin mo ko. Ang important, di ba? So, I was attached to that, the identity, my identity, my job. So that's why a lot of people, their jobs right now are in depression. And it's normal. It's normal for us to do. But let's not forget that it was not hard. Right? Kumari, may masira ko or matapunan ng tubig. Hala, lahat ng files ko nandun. Anong mangyari? Parang attach ako masyado dun sa files ko. Okay. But for me to have that awakening na, nangyari siya, nabasa na siya, nawala na yung files. Okay, then let's move on to
Let
next.
go.
Then sabihin that's why it takes that's why the mindset is like a muscle building. You have to really do it. That's why it can only be done by a spiritual journey. Me, I'm doing meditation recently. So I'm a lot. Ilang years na ba? 2 years? 2 years pa lang. At least may ganun na akong 10 minutes, 30 minutes of my day is really dealt with like, accepting and
Meditation.
taking space. Yeah, having this is day is amazing as it is. Kung umulan now, edi umulan. It just is, right? So if your business will go haywire, you have to close, one day you quit, then you decide. You say, okay, may hanggang dito lang yung PC ko. Kung hindi ko na kayang i-move on. Hindi tayo heartbroken doon. Sayang naman, i-close ko yung pinasadya. Ang ganda-ganda ng concept. Ang dami ko nang nagawa doon, whatever. Right? Kung hanggang doon na siya. Guys, aware na ako. Kasi 2 years ago, dinepression ko na to. So, pagdating ng pandemic, nahimasmasan na. Okay, pandemic is happening. We cannot, no one can control it. So, if we have to let go, we have to close our business, we have to. Oh, well, it's 10 years of my life being put there out of that. Depressing yun siguro na, shaken ako 3 days. O di move on na. Sayang din yung oras.
Blood, sweat,
mabilis din 3 days.
Oo.
Uy, pero, 2018, 3 months po yun iniyak. For me, out of the work. Out of, di ba? Nawalan na ako ng saysay dahil tinanggal ako sa trabaho. Naasawa ko. Yun.
Pero meron ako na-encounter na quote, no? Sabi niya gano'n, life is a series of letting go.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Ito meron tayong ikaw muna, Jay.
We guess before we go to the next question, kasi nasa pandemic na tayo naman, I think may isa pa tayong gusto ipakitang one of Skeeter's business, also isa pong business, diba? So let's roll this, yung Plants by Skeet Zone.
Yes, bago yan. Walang video yan. Ay, walang audio. Ako nagpipintura niyan, guys. Lahat.
Wow.
So that's one of my creative outputs. Yung I didn't know it's my first time to paint pots. I just pinansin ko lang, garden pala ako for 5 years now. Pero na-realize ko lang, malalaki na pala yung mga halaman sa garden. And that is really like, you know why? It's amazing. It's amazing that I am blessed to have a space to grow plants, right? I mean, if you imagine other people in an apartment, most of us living in the city live in an apartment. So I'm very, very, very lucky to have a space to grow plants. I have a garden. I have a front and back garden. So nung napansin ko siya, kasi wait lang, wala palang magagandang pots. Ay, magpintura tayo. So, yeah, that's a Plants by Skeet Zone was born out of that. And dun ko na-realize na, wait lang, ano ba yung IG? Binuhay ko yung IG.
Okay.
Alam nyo, kaya 9 million yung followers ko, aka 900. Kasi kaka-start ko
lang ba yan?
My first post, when I opened it pala, my first post was 2015. And then my friend told me, alam mo, Skeeter Labastilla, kung tinuloy-tuloy mo yan, influencer ka na! Kasi ko, ano ba yung influencer? Maaral nga! Mahirap na mag-influencer na. Marami na daw sila. But, it's amazing. I like IG now.
Never too late.
Never too late. Sige, gawin natin yan.
Yeah, So, ito palang Plants by Skeet Zone. Talagang yan, parang it just came out an idea na dahil sa pandemic.
Yeah.
Dahil
it came,
sa
not just the pandemic, it came from the idea because I had to go on the journey of living in abundance. Because in the pandemic, it's a very unique time and space in the human history na parang You can either look at it as the best times because you're
Mm.
coming from abundance, or you can look at it
Mhm.
as the worst times because you're coming from lack. So your
Mhm.
mindset is vital here. Your mind. So it's like thinking, ang dali-dali mag-coming from lack, ha? Diba?
Mhm.
Uy, natira
Mm.
namin yung number of companies na binuild namin in 10 years. Wala nang natira. Yung kikitain ko sana doon, ito na lang, whatever. But I'm still lucky that I'm eating, pero I can't leave the house, whatever. And dami, if you're going to list down, you're going like a rabbit hole. Then you'll be
Mhm.
crying for whatever, right? It's easy. But for you to be coming from abundance, this is the best time. Why is it best? Because everyone is in the space of I don't know. Everyone in the space of we don't know. We don't know. Kailan ibabalik yung school? We don't know. Kailan magkaka-vaccine? We don't know. Kailan kaya magkaka-mask pa rin ba tayo next year? We don't know. That beautiful. It's a global phenomenon na everyone is a we don't know space. And then if you create something to address that not knowingness
Mm.
into I know something that may lead you to, I don't know, something that you're looking for. Dude, that's an opportunity. That's the abundance right there. But to come from abundance is intense mindset, practice. Kasi
Practice.
parang,
Mm.
kasi you wake up every day and you realize you no longer have a job. This is a flop business. You didn't know whatever. You don't know until your savings will last. You know, if you're bombarded with that, then you're feeding your black wolf. I call it the black wolf. That's a black wolf and a white wolf. They're both beasts, by the way. But if you feed the black wolf more, then that beast will grow bigger. And if you feed the white wolf, which is like you're coming from abundance, you're coming from gratefulness, your love, your whatever, then this will grow more. So that mindset to powerfully choose feeding the white wolf, which is by the way a beast, then that beast will just grow beautiful. So you can wake up in a day and say, wala nang kakainin, ang taba ko na, wala nang mag-hire, whatever, right? The worry will just grow. It happens to me, actually, and that's why it's a daily practice, because you have to constantly to powerfully choose the white wolf. Kasi ang dali lang naman mag-remind sa'yo si wolf, especially in the pandemic. So, yeah, so for you to have that mindset in this pandemic and to come from abundance. That's when I started to do the planting. I don't know any gardening or whatever. I didn't know that I'm a green thumb. In fairness, guys, nabubuhay pala yung mga tinatanim ko. So, yeah, and then it's just, why not? I will just sell it online. So, I will just sell my plants and my pots. And then, yun yung post ko. Kasi parang, knowing my worth, ayun na naman po tayo sa worth, ibang topic na siguro yun. Sabi ko, alam mo yung mamahalin ha, yung mga pots ko. Kasi that's my time. How many Skeeter Labastilla? There's only one. How many Skeeter Labastilla can do this pot right now and paint it for you? There's only one. So you're the only one who has this pot. It costs this much. I'm sorry, mahal siya, guys. Ay, may bumili agad. 20 pieces.
Wow.
Mahalin na hindi ko siya kilala. So it's like, oh, see?
Oh, diba? Nakita niya yung value.
Oh, she doesn't know me. She just likes what I'm doing. It's like, okay, can I order this and that, and you deliver whatever. So nakapost ako bigla. Wait lang, ang sarap lang ma-appreciate for your work. And do not sell it at a discount, not short and whatever. So anyway, so that's a daily journey. It doesn't happen every day, but that's why you have to constantly manifest it.
Oh. So ano yan, I believe it's an effect because of what you have internalized. Kumbaga parang the universe has connected with you.
Oo, totoo yan. Totoo yan. You manifest. Your outside world is just an interpretation or a manifestation of your inside world. So if you feel scared, then you're coming from lack and scarcity, then what you will see is scarcity.
Kaya napaka-importante sa ating mga kaibigan na mapag-aralan yung abundance mentality.
Oo. May mga libreng courses na ganyan ha. You just look in it online and just listen to it. I started from there. Ako pa ayoko magbayad, no? Pero ayun lang, abundance. I have by the way an abundance coach. She's an alpha female lawyer, London-based. So gumigising ako ng madaling araw just on a session with her. So she said like, I'm expensive, but you know, at the end of the day, what you will get from me is this value, whatever. So doon ako sa wait lang, medyo mahal siya guys at pandemya ngayon. May mga ganong calculation. Yeah, I can get free stuff. The paid stuff, I can only get from her. So yeah, I'm getting energy. So what I'm getting kasi is the energy and that mindset. I can always feed my black wolf every day. Bukas iiyak ako dahil wala kaming ulam. I don't know what will be the new what will be the new reason tomorrow for me to cry, right? But to choose that mindset is a powerful choice. You have to constantly feed that.
All right. Ito meron tayong question from Hannah. What is the most heartbreaking business experience you had in dealing with the pandemic?
Hala siya. What is the most heartbreaking? Yung letting go of people siguro. Oo. It's hard Kasi parang, that's a last straw eh. That's a last straw. Kasi, parang you house them and they put their hopes in you.
Yeah.
But you have to face the pragmatic fact that if I will not cut if I won't cut my bleeding, I'm bleeding, the bleeding part, I will not survive. So it's a very it's a brutal look at it. But that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. Just like you do. What happened to ABS? You know, that's exactly it. This is like 11,000 level of people that they had to let go. I know most of those people, by the way, because I worked most of them. But yeah, it's like causing another family, another human being, a possible way of depression or suffering and where to get the next paycheck and whatever, and to have to be the direct cause of that. That's painful.
All right. May isang comment from Apple Alba. Listening to you is like listening to my brother-in-law. Amazing. Sino kaya yun?
Mahulaan niyo natin.
Manghula na lang.
Thank you, Apple.
Thank you, Apple.
All right, so we're nearing our end of our episode. So, Skeeter, siguro last, parang top 3 lessons na pwede mong i-share sa ating viewers.
Okay, sige. Gumawa ako ng notes ha. Kasi kanina ko lang. Wala pa akong top 3. Okay. So, number 1 that I can really share with you and to super advise you to do is you have to be in demand. Create that space. Create that space that you are needed. Because there's only one you in the entire universe. You cannot be replicated. Idol ko, so whatever you can never have. Never have the same face, never have the same name, never have the same experience. Everything that you are is unique. And there's like, you have a specific frequency and energy that you can offer, and just find that. And that's your tribe, that's your line. So once you attune, it takes a lot of work again, internal work, for you to find yourself and to make yourself in demand. In demand meaning there's already a market for you, but you just have to put yourself out there, claim a space for you, your voice, your ideas, make yourself heard. Okay, that's one. Kasi a-clutter ng mundo. I'm telling you, basta dalawa lang yan. It's either this time is the worst time or this time is the best time. So it's up to you. Okay? So to be in demand. Number 2 is be online. Be online. I don't know if you're an entrepreneur or If you are in a corporate life, if you are employed, be online, be heard, be seen, and get results. So get heard, get seen, get results. It could be, I don't know, it has nothing to do with like claiming or money or selling or whatever, but your voice takes up a space. You can be quiet as well if that's a choice for you, but for you to live and to express yourself magnificently and abundantly for others, is you have to be in the moment. So find your space, find your authentic self, go through that spiritual journey, whatever you need. Number 2 is be online, because who was this guy? Jack Ma. Talagang nakalimutan ko yun. Okay, Jack Ma said, if you're not online, ay wala ka na, guys. Naiiwan ka na.
Iwan ka na.
Oo. Especially now in the pandemic, wala ka ng brick and mortar, nagsasara na lahat ng mga H&M, Penny at mga Golds din dyan, right? So everything brick and mortar. Be online, just be in that space for you. Kaya nga ako, kakastart ko lang ng IG, it's not too late. And then number 3, yeah, very cliche, be yourself. Because there's no single person out there that is you. There's only one you. And once you realize that, for example, you started baking this pandemic, you started selling, everyone's baking cake, everyone's selling, how can I price my cake too high? You know, everyone is selling the same cake that I do, but you're the only baker who has that cake. You're the only one with that name who's making that cake right now. So make that valuable. So make that. So be yourself in a sense, like fit with yourself, fall in love with yourself, love yourself. Kasi nga, wala nang pick up sa'yo. Babalik na naman tayo sa depression. Ako pa rin naman. Actually, I'm very lucky to have that space and time to be depressed. Arte-arte ko pa. Diba? Kung hindi pa ako gising, no? Tayo naman ng 3 months na yun, iniyak ko lang. Pwede naman. Pero, ngayon na kasi ganito. But, yeah, be yourself. If you're sad, be sad. But just know that being sad for too long will not really affect much. So you choose again who do you want to be, your black wolf or your white wolf. You have both. You have both beasts in you. You just have to choose which one to be. Kung sinong gusto mong patabain.
Iyo.
That's all.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, ayan, diba? Kaya maraming nagpasalamat sa message mo, Skeeter. Ayan, like si Juana Cancho, thank you for all the meaningful work that you do. There's definitely only one you. And si Kies, ayan, sabi niya, hi Skeet, idol.
Hi Kies! Wait, shout out to Juana. Si Juana ang tumataguyod sa mga natira naming brands, guys. So Juana is our incubation business development head. So yung Feta, Pivot, sa kanya yan. So lahat ng Juana, thank you for having you there and being able to be here. See? Kasi yun ang nawala. Kasi Juana po yung natira sa lahat ng sumalo sa lahat ng ako that time. So love ko yung Juana. Thank you, Juana. Thank you, PS.
Okay, so last words na promote your business.
Yes, guys. So yung Feta, yun talaga yun. Kasi pagkain yan, sa grocery pa yan. So instead na mag-grocery, kilalabas pa kayo, just go to shameless plug, thefeta.com. So thefeta.com is para siyang online delivery. We deliver same day and we have 50% off Mondays and Thursdays, everything restaurant. So we just run like a September 9 a promo. We were giving away things as low as 9 pesos. So we have this constant promo. So one as the guy here with my husband. So yeah, so thefeta.com. Even if kunwari hindi akin ang Feta, and I would, that's how I feel about a good product is. What if hindi akin yung Feta or hindi ako related sa Feta? Would I like Feta? Definitely. It's a great discovery. Jay, di ba? Mag-order ka na. Oh,
yes.
Deliver. Any day you can schedule it. Oo, grocery.
Ang lupit ng ang lupit ng video Tinatawag talaga ako
So yun lang. Then Plants by Skid Zone, I just started doing that. And of course, Pinasadya. So follow me, guys! Meron akong 9
Yes.
million followers, aka 900. Thank you. Okay.
Alright. Oh, maraming salamat,
Thank you,
Skeeter.
Skeeter.
For having me, Sig. Salamat sa mga nanood. Na-feel ko yung 10 million audience. Uy, kung maraming audience, wala sabihin ko. Kasi hindi ako comfortable na masyadong Okay, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Oh, marami kami natutunan ngayong gabi. And I'm
Dami.
sure yung mga nanonood, nako, marami ring natutunan.
Salamat.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you.
Alright. So, ito na naman. Isa na namang episode ng
Okay,
ating
LJ.
natapos. Grabe. Ganda, no?
Daming natukuha, no?
Oo.
Daming learnings today.
Oo, kaya ako talaga naniniwala ako dun sa sinasabi ni Skeeter na seeing things from an abundance mentality. It's a very important thing na matutunan nating lahat. No? Sana talaga lahat.
Mhm.
Kasi actually kaya natin yung mga share natin, mga past episodes, 'di ba? Just to give an idea na ang dami nating pwedeng isipin na we have our gifts. No, gaya nga nung sabi ni isa sa mga top lessons ni Skeeter, discover something in you. Diba? You have a gift na ikaw lang ang pwede magbigay sa mundo. So kaya sana with an abundance mentality, makikita natin yung gift na yun. And we will be able to share it to the world because the world is waiting for your gift. Yan ang message ko sa ating mga nanonood.
Exactly. Again, there were a lot of things na minention naman talaga sa Skeeter. On top of that, I think what really hit me also yung mga diba? Feeding the white wolf or the diba? Yung
White or
the black wolf.
wolf.
Yeah, exactly. So very interesting kasi sabi ko nga paggising mo in the morning, parang 'di ba? Ang daming reason para to think negative, to think about what's gonna happen to you, paano ka pwede ka malungkot or pwede ka pero how are you gonna move forward? Probably it's that's the best thing one of the few things that you have to really take on, parang 'di ba? Appreciate mo, you have an appreciation of what's happening about life and things like that. Malungkot ka, sige, pero have to move on. Yeah. Syempre, other things po, ang dami talaga sharing ni Skeeter. In fact, I was just thinking about it. Sabi ko, papanorin ko even tong episode natin just to backtrack and really review and pick up a couple more in terms of how I'm gonna approach things in general about life. So, yeah, very and again, thank you, Skeeter. We appreciate all the teachings or learnings this evening.
So ayun, no? Sa lahat ng mga huwag niyong kalimutan na i-like ang aming page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. No? Para kasi meron ako nakita, may nag-comment na na-miss daw niya yung episode. Di bale, pwede naman i-replay. No? At saka, yun nga, para hindi niyo ma-miss, hit that subscribe button and be sure to tap also the notification bell para meron kayong reminder.
Alright, so maraming salamat sa inyong paikinig. Sama-sama tayo ulit next week dito sa PieCast. Pero yan pag-usapan natin yan.